Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mabimpressions, and today we're going to be talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel: Dawn of the Battle Royale. It's a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that has pretty drastic changes from not only the original TCG, but even from the Duel Links ones. It's pretty much a new format with new rules. So is this game worth playing? Let's talk about it. Before we get started, if you're into indie retro and new game reviews, please consider subscribing. I do upload daily videos. I'll be giving my final rating for Rush Duel: Dawn of the Battle Royale at the end of the video, so make sure to stay to the end for that. Beginning with the developer and publisher, Matrix Software and Konami. This is not a review copy, and I played the Nintendo Switch version. This is not an early access game. It released on December 7th, 2021, and it's going for $39.99 US. The story takes place within the universe of the latest Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, as of this recording, called Sevens. Though it uses a lot of the same settings and characters of the anime, this is an original story with you playing as a new character interacting with the world. Basically, you're a new transfer student learning the ropes of the newly created Rush Duel format from the main character. Yeah, apparently Yuga, who is the main character, actually creates this new rule set, and it's becoming a thing now. So to keep things short, a giant Battle Royale tournament starts taking place, and you begin your journey to become king of games by dueling everything in your path. So the genre is a deck building, card battler, anime single player, and with some multiplayer thrown in. Moving over to the gameplay section, if you're interested in any of the footage for today's episodes, there's links in the description to my Let's Play channel where I'm uploading the full Let's Play. You can watch all of that, and follow me on Twitch. I do live stream very often. Thank you so much. The majority of the game, you'll be battling with the new Rush Duel formats, collecting, creating cards, decks, and doing missions and completing the story. So, let's talk about how duels are played out here. Beginning with how things are, you make a deck of 40 cards composed of monsters, traps, and spells. You each have 8,000 life points. Instead of 5 lanes, however, to play cards, there's now 3 with space for your extra deck, field, graveyard, and deck. You begin your turn with a hand of 5 cards, and you can literally play everything in your hand if the requirements are met. So this means if you have a bunch of 4-star monsters, you can summon them all at once. As long as you have options, you can do things, with some restrictions, of course, like using monster effects once per turn. But yes, you can summon monsters, then tribute, then use specials, and you keep going and going all in one turn. The fact that you have less space to play everything makes it not so overpowering, but very strategic, I found. During your next turn, you draw back up to the max of 7, not 7, you draw up to 5. So you'll always have a chance to come back, and you'll play most of your deck more often than not if you were, only playing the original TCG formula I've seen. They've also gotten rid of the second standby phase, so pretty much you just have the draw phase, the main phase, the battle phase, and the end phase. Those are the main differences of battling with Rush Duel rules. Let's talk about collecting and creating decks. It's a single player campaign game, so you'll be using in-game currency and tickets, all obtained through dueling and mission rewards to get new cards. They give a lot of deck recipes to experiment with. These are pre-made decks that are balanced and give you ideas of the different types of archetypes and strategies in the game. There's around 700 cards at launch. Not sure if they're adding more later to this game. Deck creation is very similar to other Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. You can easily sort your library using filters for rarities, attributes, types, etc. You can save up lots of decks at once, and they can be chosen right before a duel. So you can equip lots of different ones. It's recommended. You can also change up the card sleeves, game mat, deck box, and illustrations. Let's move on to doing missions and completing the story. Okay, so there is the main mission where you simply go to where the map says and duel this person and that person and then move on. Then there's the side missions, which are all completely optional that you can track in your menu. These tend to give you rewards like currency and tickets for more card accessibility, and the goals range from defeating certain NPCs a number of times or even winning duels with crazy requirements like dealing 6,000 damage in one shot, etc. The campaign is split into lots of different maps that can be quickly traversed via the map screen, lots of NPCs around for banter, text, and some advice, and every duelist will be in the same spot so you can farm money and their specific card drops if you want. Okay, time for the graphics and design. Let's be real here. The game does not look like anything special. It's very, very basic. The environments and character models are very meh. The avatar portraits are nice though, and the close-up card art is well done. One cool thing they did is that every monster card, when summoned, shows a small image above their card on the battlefield. It kind of gives it a nice touch. There's also cool little cutscenes when iconic monsters are summoned, like Dark Magician or Blue Eyes White Dragon. Alright, so music, it's very basic. It's a lot better during the actual duels though, with different tracks ramping up when winning or losing, so it's dynamic that way. There's not much voice acting during the campaign from what I've seen, but they did a great job with banter during the duels. Every NPC has lots of lines for drawing, getting hits, and even summoning specific monsters. If Yuga, for example, summons his ace card, which is Seven's Road Magician, he'll mention it by name and really hype up the summon. Also, when they get destroyed or use specific abilities, they talk about that with specific dialogue too. It's also very awesome that your main character also does that if you use an ace card. Whew, time for the pros and cons. Let's start with what I like and what are this game's main selling points. Really quick, I forgot to mention though, there's also some puzzle duels for more rewards. There's a local PvP and online PvP, but that's super late game, so I did not get a lot of experience with that yet. Going into this game, I did not know what rush duels were. I actually thought they were just made up cards just for the game and anime, but after a bit more research, I saw some videos of unboxing with these cards. It seems like they're Japan only, but at least we get this game to try out the format digitally. It seems like the original format is still going to be the normal, however, especially with them announcing and coming out with the new Yu-Gi-Oh game called Master Duel or something like that. It's supposed to be more hardcore and competitive. Rush Duel looks just to be a spin-off, but it's a really fun spin-off formula from what I'm seeing. I like how it's a back and forth roller coaster where you use all of your cards for most parts in duels. It opens up a lot of options and more strategy than you'd realize at first glance. Do you hold cards? But if you do, you won't draw as much next turn, but does that mean you should dump everything on the field? If you dump things, you might field or handlock yourself, etc. It's very engaging for sure. I just really like the idea of a single player campaign where you're collecting cards, creating decks, and slowly progressing in this world and what they made up. Okay, with that being said, what the heck did I dislike and what would I change? First of all, I have to say this. The create a deck feature is locked behind 7 to 8 hours of gameplay. I am not joking. They want you to play and use the pre-made recipes for 3/4 of the entire game. After 4 hours in, I actually looked up and there is a way to unlock the create a deck feature earlier. You have to use the Konami code in a very specific room in the game only after a certain boss duel in the game, which was honestly after 3 to 4 hours in anyway. But I got really lucky. I was at the perfect time to unlock it when I looked it up. All I had to do was walk over there. But the reason is why? Why is this game... It's marketed primarily towards kids, right? Do they think kids can't handle creating decks? It's honestly the most fun thing about deck building games in my opinion. The ability to actually build decks and experiments and try them out. It's even more flabbergasting because throughout your entire playthrough, you're constantly getting more and more cards and unlocking them via the shop. You can't even use these cards in decks unless you unlock every single card in a 40 deck pre-made recipe. Oh my god. I couldn't believe they hid the most basic and satisfying feature behind this cryptic unlock or after 7 or 8 hours in. It's honestly really stupid they did that. I know the game is for new players and kids, but you know, taking that feature out, using it for late game, it's just really stripping out the game, stripping out life of the game. Okay, rant over about that. Another thing is duels tend to be really slow. There's a lot of unnecessary animations that I highly recommend you go into the settings as soon as you can, turn on the fast mode, and turn off a lot of the really dumb animations they have, like deck drawing and some monster summoning things. I kept most of the dialogue voice lines in because, you know, they're what really spice up the duel and keep things entertaining. Even so, doing all those settings, most duels take around 10 minutes or so. With a format called Rush Duel, I really expected things to be way faster, but hey, it's completely fine. Okay, so the final verdict and thoughts. Putting aside the really strange decision to lock create decks behind most of the game and how slow duels are, I have to say it's really fun. Overall, it's really fun. I honestly would not mind if they just made this the normal format. Cards are much more balanced and they use up a lot more cost or specific requirements for powerful effects. You're not going to see one turn kill moves here, or at the very least it'll be insanely rare. Rush Duels isn't strong in the story department, for sure. I'll admit that. It's not strong in the story department. But if you're looking for a new deck builder to sink time into, you know, grind for cards, check out new formats and stuff like that, this is a fun game for you to spend your time and money on for sure. I'm giving Rush Duel, Dawn of the Battle Royale, a 75% recommendation. It's a game for new and old Yu-Gi-Oh fans. It's a unique take on the formula that just works. Try this game out. Alright, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, it helps a lot. If you haven't already, subscribe for daily videos. Let me know what you guys think about this. I had a lot of opinions about this, so if we got to the end of the episode, please let me know. Are you interested in picking this up? What do you think about the Rush Duel format? Maybe I'm completely wrong about them hiding the creative feature, the created deck thing. Please let me know. If maybe you think it's a really good idea to just use recipes throughout the whole game for the most part. I know it's to learn the, you know, decks and all that, but come on, have the option, right? Okay, Let's Play YouTube channel. If you want to see my full playthrough, I'll be uploading daily videos, and come my Twitch, I'll most likely be streaming it. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.